Sion, good night, man. How
Yes,
things?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm loving your lighting. I'm loving your little sexy
Oh,
colors and everything. What are
thank
you
you.
using? You said because I remember you said you're using the Black Magic this time.
Right, yeah. I just have the ATM handling the exchange between the camera and the computer.
Hmm.
And tonight is the C70. I think I used
Oh,
that last week as well.
C70.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, if
C70.
Bruce was here and he heard you said the C70, he would be like, "That's right, Canon."
Yeah, you'd probably do a little whoop whoop.
You probably would. Is he coming in today? Right? He's
I'd
because
imagine so, but yeah, I'm not sure why he's probably just a little late tonight for whatever reason.
okay.
But yeah, we should see him on tonight, please God. We don't have Rani tonight though.
No, Rani is back home, St.
Yeah,
Vincent, going to visit his dad.
yeah,
All the prayers to him and his family.
yes, definitely.
Wait, but that picture he sent us with the pool and stuff. So he's quarantined somewhere else before he heads. Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, that's the protocol the St. Vincent government put out. They have to quarantine, I believe it was 2 days, 48 hours before he can access before he could leave.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Riyadh, Bobby, and Riyadh. Okay.
Woo! Bobby Ben. Riyadh too. Nice, lovely. What are we doing this week though? I think this week a little different from
Yeah.
previous weeks.
We I think that this week for sure is we're not gonna do anything heavy because
Right,
we realized that we were doing a lot of heavy loaded topics for
right.
the past few weeks, and we thought that we could probably give you guys the viewers a little break this time, and just do like a Q&A session, basically. Just ask
Yeah.
us anything about
What?
anything, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Any questions
And
at all? What do you think?
yeah, so any basically anything that you want to ask us. It could even be um personal. I have
Personal? How
nothing to
personal
hide.
could we get with personal though?
I don't know. I doubt anybody would ask anything personal.
How personal could we get with personal? No. Yeah.
But
Um. mhm.
I see you got a new MacBook.
Finally, right? My first Mac. Well, I had the iPad before, but
Oh, Rani is
finally
on
my
it.
first laptop. Yeah, I seen it.
Mm. You spelled my name wrong again, though. But what you could do?
Yeah, you can't help it. Light
Right?
and
Yeah.
sexy,
So
you say.
is this your first MacBook ever?
Yes, it is, and so far I'm loving it. It's different. It's taken some time to get used to, but yeah, I'm actually enjoying using it.
What made you go MacBook side and not regular
Uh,
PC?
well, I already have a PC, and I usually build my PCs because I usually build them. They work really well for years, and this time I needed to get something a little bit mobile. I got a slight scare recently with the hard drives.
Oh
Um,
shit.
yeah, one of them was reporting as failed. I pulled the cable, plug it back in, and it's working totally fine. But I said, let me use the opportunity, especially now that we're doing live streams.
Right.
I wanted to have something a little bit mobile, and well, my computers again they're built for performance, so they're a little loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was messing with the audio. I think we had an issue 2 weeks back or so.
What? Wait, that was your PC actually, given that.
Yeah, it was PC as well as I believe there was some new software issues with Windows 10. You know those updates,
Okay.
those throw off stuff. So I suspect that that tower as well had a grounding issue.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just said let me jump on the M1 bandwagon, and so far again it's lovely. It's
So
working
what? So
really
wait.
great.
So wait. What it is you actually have? What it is you got? The Air or the MacBook Pro or just the 13 or something?
I went with the Air. Based on all my research, it
Yeah.
works pretty well, even if you want to do editing. So I did some light edits on photos,
Hmm.
and it handled it really well. I even pulled up some C70 HEVC files, and
Yeah.
those are already compressed, so it's
Right.
usually a little bit tough on computers, and it scrubbed through like nothing. So
Are you serious?
yeah, it's working really, really good. So I'm really, really loving the M1. Thus far, it's living up to the hype.
Hmm.
Everybody has been praising it, and we're expecting, I believe, the M1X MacBook Pros in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I believe it is.
Do you think
So,
you might switch over, or do you see that yourself wanting the the pros when they come out? Are you like that
uh,
editing? You know.
I think
Would
I'm good for now. The way this is working, I want to do some more videos. I know we've been talking about doing some content and whatnot.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
yeah, so
Especially for your business though, like
exactly, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I know
So
you don't want I shouldn't say you don't want to, but I know that you're kind of a little apprehensive with putting like video content out there about your stuff.
right.
Maybe because I think because what is this you had said? You said like you don't really had the time or something like that.
Time was one thing,
Right.
but I was not sure the impact it's gonna have. I'm a little apprehensive to dedicate that amount of resources, only to
Um,
get persons not really appreciating it. But
you
I'm
what
coming
what
around.
when but when you said the impact, you feel as though that it. What do you
Well,
mean by the impact? Like you feel as though it might not have the impact.
Well, generally, everything is about resources, right? I
Right.
mean, we all have limited resources. So I know the gas team will offering to assist with that side, but
Right.
the whole thing is that the time involved is pretty substantial. And then we also have to book studio time
That
and
is
all of
actually
that.
true.
Additional factors that we don't have at our disposal.
As yet.
So, as yet, very good point. So to say that I'm going to be putting out all of that effort and then still be fielding calls and the same issues and
Oh.
all of that, that's where I'm apprehensive. So I don't know if you noticed recently, I've been working at stuff bit by bit, one thing at a time.
Hmm.
We had the rentals, we built up the arsenal, still building it. Then we had the website came in
Oh
for the
god.
rentals, and then we
Yeah.
had the website now recently with the sales, and just keep working at stuff one at a time rather than throwing resources all over the place and not really achieving anything.
By the way,
So
since you brought up the website, how is that like the sales part of it? How has that
it makes
been?
it easier for me.
Well, I know it makes it easier for you, but like, how is it? How was it? Did it start off slow and then it build, or did it just hit the ground and it was just sales after sales after sales?
Oh, it's still, I would say it's still there. If we look at the metrics, the traffic has increased,
Hmm.
but the amount of sales hasn't been substantial, and that has been going on for a while. I mean, we have COVID and all of that, but I'm glad that persons are making use of the website at least. Again, when you dedicate resources and persons don't utilize them, I mean, we all know when you have a system previously in place or you had something in place before, it's usually a little tough for your customers to come around to something new.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and we try to implement stuff not only for ourselves but for the customers as well.
Right.
And it sometimes hurts our feelings, if you will, when persons don't utilize it. So it's almost like discouraging at times, and that's what I was referring to. So I still field calls daily, several times a day, about stuff that's readily available on the website. But I still try to understand. I tell customers it's okay. You can still call me, but yes, it's on the website.
Please
This
go to
info
the
is anyway.
website. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And with time, I expect that, I mean, the calls would probably reduce,
Right.
but we would have a bit more person just simply consulting the website and
That's
getting the
cool.
required info. And
I have
yeah,
a question about I know
sure.
Bruce is supposed to be coming on, so
Yeah. Let's
Kyle,
let Bruce
whenever
come
you're
on.
ready to bring Bruce on, just let us know.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Bruce said,
Bruce.
It's
"Wait, what
good.
up? No
Pleasant
V
evening.
flats this time, boy. No V flats this
Eh,
time." Man's,
no,
Everybody
feeling
take a
a little
time
lazy
off
tonight.
except Sieyon.
that
Yeah.
that laziness is kicking. It's like, because last week the man
Yeah.
wasn't shit and tie. You noticed, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
tie
I
was? Bad man
see
don't wear
him
no tie.
strangling on
Relax.
himself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tie
yeah,
all
yeah.
up on the neck.
Tie all up in your neck, killing yourself.
Oh, that's dramatic, man.
You had to look real good.
I
You had
feel
to
like the
look real
Toronto
good.
RGB in the background. I mean, Owen killing it. I mean, Owen,
See,
Sieyon killing it. Yeah,
Oh,
oh
you
yeah.
haven't
well.
changed, man. I
I'm
haven't
going to see
changed
if I
mine
find
for
a,
you.
RGB or something.
Yeah, like that gonna be hard to come by.
Wow,
Let me
yeah.
just go
Okay.
check
Yeah, I
my
ain't going
You
through
just
that.
inventory
you
and
just had to
see
do
if I could
this.
find something.
Yeah. You can't be showing off. You're coasting or not. You feel it is.
I mean, I would expect a level of showing off. I would. It's not like I would be mad. I would be upset if there's no level of showing off.
Why? I
Bruce,
mean,
do
you
you
can't.
agree?
Humble brag. Yeah. Humble brag. Nothing. We just bragging.
Just
Yeah,
bragging,
Nothing
huh?
humble about it.
nothing humble about it because
Maybe just
again,
bragging.
you had to show off the goods. You know what I mean?
Uh, you want to overdo it.
All the best with that
Oh,
kind of
wait,
stuff.
so guys, we felt people in the comments. We just want you to know that you could
A
ask
little
us
right.
anything because tonight is just Q&A. Ask us anything you want to, anything from
Let me switch to Matt
professional
Sion.
to some of the private stuff. Yeah, I don't mind not answering stuff.
Gotcha.
So just a reminder to put it in the comments with a Q, and just so that we could see what questions are coming through. But in the
That
meantime, we
didn't sound
just
expensive.
Well, I'm wondering what fell. I ain't seen anything on the ground.
so if I have to do live stream in a remote location where I have no access to electricity, Jesus, what would you recommend, especially in terms of getting internet access, gear I use, etc.? So basically, he has nothing,
I wish
not
Kyle comes
even
on, but go on.
electricity.
Yeah. Kyle could deal with the internet facet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, he could feel that whole question. Morgan
Kyle, could you
Freeman,
put
where you at?
Kyle? Could you believe the
At
question
least the
up?
voice, Kyle. At least the voice.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get a voice. Good night, fellas.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Voice of God.
Yeah. All right. So basically, for Bobby, let me just help him out a little bit there.
Yep. Could you put
Um,
back on the question?
sure, no problem.
Thanks, Kyle.
So, in terms of if we're breaking it down to, all right, so you need electricity or power, and you need internet. You
Correct.
can't get the internet without electricity anyway. You're gonna want to
Oh,
focus on your
shucks.
LTE data. So maybe something like a couple phones, a couple MiFi hotspots, wherever's most convenient.
Hmm.
And in terms of power, you have a couple options. If it is noise is not a factor, if it is not a quiet environment, you could look at a regular generator, particularly one with an inverter feature if it is you're going to be using it with electronics, because you need that clean sine wave power to make sure that it don't get damaged. We all know how Tech just do us dirty, so you don't want to do it to yourself. Once you have the power situation covered, in the event that
I
a
think this,
portable
yeah, here.
generator or power supply isn't
Yeah.
available, you just have to make sure that whatever you're doing is going to fit within the time frame of a single battery life or multiple battery lives. Once you could get that done, it's not as sizable as a challenge as it seems to be. So yeah, hope that helps, Bobby. You have a good night, man.
And I mean, if he doesn't have, let's say he doesn't have a generator or um laptop or anything, you could still
Check
go
affordable
live.
imports.
Because I was
That too.
waiting. I was waiting for the plug-in.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could still use your phone.
we have that too, don't worry. Yeah.
You know, yeah, you could still try to use your phone to go live.
All right, I think I
I
get
just
Sion
know that
covered there.
it just depends
Yeah.
on what platform you want to use. So far, Facebook is the easiest platform to go live on with your phone. YouTube is a little bit iffy, especially when you're trying to do it mobile. Um, well, we know everybody could go live on IG, so it just depends on where you want to go live, and
How many
you could always
cameras you
start up
want?
with your phone.
How
Yeah,
many
you
cameras
could
you need?
definitely start with your phone. Just how to get a good tripod for it. That should be about it. What Philbert saying here, I want to utilize your website, but doesn't have the 35 1.4 GM with a
It's a
Tobago
big
option.
option.
What that's supposed to mean?
Phil
I don't
just
know.
being Phil.
Phil just been Phil, so I don't know. I still waiting on my Tulaman and Red Mango, so Phil could, yeah, see no more.
I will take some. What's so good about lighting anyway? What do you mean?
I
What?
just you
Josiah,
just I
end
just
yourself.
trolling.
End
Yeah,
yourself, please. Yeah,
you
Is
just
don't
he?
do
trolling.
that.
I
Don't
just
do that.
troll.
Don't be that guy, Josiah.
I remember when I did the live with was it Josiah I did the live with
No,
you- no,
no.
who I did the live with on
You
IG.
did it with Cornelius
Uh huh.
Jeffers, who is related to Josiah, and then you did it also with Andy.
Right. So they had asked me like when we were coming. I wouldn't lie. I I didn't expect that live. I didn't expect me to be on that live for 2 hours straight, but it was still real good. But they had asked me a question um between lighting or composition.
Yeah, nice video.
How dare you, sir?
That's what they asked me. Which would what if you had to pick lighting or composition? Which one would you choose?
Composition.
I think I said that too. But the other day I was thinking about it, and I was like lighting or composition, and I was like,
Composition.
well, I I thought about it, and I tell myself I would probably choose. I don't know if I could add a third one, which is story.
Yeah, but
If
that's
that
not
makes
option.
sense,
Lighting up,
because
lighting me a
all right,
cube way, man. I ask you
yeah,
canon or so,
it
then you
is
tell me cookie broom. What is that
okay,
one?
bro. Because
That's
reason
not
why
an
I said
option.
it is not an option, but it makes so much sense if you if you try to shoot for story, because based on the story that you want to tell, it's going to determine what kind of light you want to use, and it's going to determine where or the framing or the composition part of it.
Exactly. So I would say composition.
Yeah, yeah,
Composition
I would
tells the
go light,
story.
John. I would
but
go light.
but light
All right.
tells.
Let's look at street photography, for example. If we look
Right,
at street
right.
photography, and when we say light, are we talking about light or light? As in, there's no photography, no image without light, or are we talking auxiliary light?
We talking about light
Or light.
encompassing
Let me just say
everything.
light.
I think
Right.
light
So I would say
encompassing everything.
natural light could oftentimes only not the light that's
Take a
already in the
back seat, huh?
environment. Yeah, I would say definitely composition because if you if you have the best light in the world and you just not in the direction of the person, there's no story, there's nothing. So
Guy,
I would say
what you just
composition.
described is a silhouette there. So that
No,
could
but the
still be
person in the
a
frame, the person still in the frame is
No,
composition.
but if there's available light and you want to tell a specific story,
Hmm.
hence the composition, you're gonna have to use the light to tell the story. Because without the light, you have no story to tell. To be honest.
Right. So that was
Oh, I
asking.
should
Are
probably
we
say
talking
there's
about
no
auxiliary
composition.
light? Auxiliary light, or are we talking about?
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it
Which
matters.
which which
I
was the
think
sense?
I think it's just the overall lighting.
Oh well, then I'll say light if that's the case.
That's what you
Because
say.
yeah, you need light to have an image. So yeah.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
is
'cause
yeah.
composition rules could go out the window
It
in
could.
a heartbeat. Because if
Yeah,
you
but
have,
go ahead. Sorry.
I like, for example, we're saying my curtain on the, this is what, left? Camera left,
Yeah, that's not
right?
fair.
Yeah,
Camera.
on that
This is
side.
camera.
So
Camera
I
left for me.
have,
Yeah.
I have an image where the subject in the frame is just that thin strip right there, where that curtain is on that side,
Right.
this side. And everything else white. Composition wise, that's a bad shot. But because of how it was lit, I find it make real sense. Too bad I can't find the image right now.
Right.
But composition could go out the window. Lights, without proper lighting, it ain't even making sense.
All right. Let me hear
I,
what Sean have to hit.
composition also adapt to feeling it.
True. So you're gonna blow out everything?
I have
Basically, could you tell what's in my background?
yes.
Yeah.
Because you have been here. Tell me what's let me see.
I seen a shelf.
Uh,
I seen
yeah, what's this? What's this say?
two box.
What 2 bucks?
It's 2 bucks.
That's black lights.
Entered in a box.
Could
I
you
guess.
could you step more to your right, please, sir? A little more to your right.
To my right?
No, all right, to your left, to your left, to your left.
Okay.
Good, good. Yeah, a little more. Okay, good.
I seen
Come camera, come C7.
No, we don't
Nah,
roll,
it
sir.
have
We
it
don't
have
roll,
face
sir.
face detector. It
Sony.
wouldn't go back.
All the
Yeah,
best.
sorry.
If it is a Sony, I seen
But
what's called them
Sean,
thing?
Sean is asking
Something
if we ever
box.
use polarizer. I have never used one.
Oh, I love
Polarized
polarizers. I was
I've
talking about them
never-
thing this
this
week
is-
self.
When you say polarized
Bruce,
lights,
that
though.
is all you. I have never used polarizers before.
Oh, polarized light.
Yeah. Wait, what? That's a thing?
I'm not sure
polarized
if I
light?
understand what he means. Could you
Yeah.
explain what you mean there, Shaw?
Because isn't it like a polarizer?
Well, is
for
it
the
filter?
lens?
I'm not
The
too sure
filter,
about
I
the
mean?
polarized light part. I could be wrong, but I know
Yeah.
with the filters, you could use those to reduce reflections. I mean, the sun have to be at, I think it's a 90-degree angle to the subject for it to actually work. But yeah, polarizers is actually, one is reduce reflections, boost saturation, is it called?
Right.
Saturation,
So you get deeper
because they
blues and
get
stuff like that.
greens and well, the greens in particular, they say the greens that polarizers give is like almost impossible to replicate in post,
Mm.
almost. And blues, of course, you get that deep, rich blue sky, and it also acts as an ND filter because usually polarizers, I think, take out about 2 stops, 1.5 to 2 stops of light as well. So you're getting you could use a polarizer as a kind of ND in that regard if you're not shooting 1.2 in midday sun. So you're getting reflected light,
Blasphemy.
added contrast, and well, minerals, I don't know. Yeah, added
1.2 or nothing.
all I meant to just break that lever right there.
Yeah. Don't worry, only get
Yeah,
1.2.
so
But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize. Go on.
yeah, I mean, kind of not that long time. I know nothing. Like, it's not nothing. Yeah, so polarizers is a really good addition to your kit. My advice is whatever your largest filter size is, buy that and step down rings. Might negate your lens hood, so hopefully you don't need that. But yeah, can't go wrong with a polarizer. I would rather buy a polarizer than an ND filter, but that's just me.
I'd like
I'd
to use a
like to use
polarizer
polarized
filter,
filters.
but I
But I
find
find
that
it
it's hard to
hard to
shell out.
shell out for the high end ones.
Guy, that's a
Buy,
one and done
yeah,
purchase.
buy one, but buy once, cry once. Is it?
Yeah, I have some BMWs that I bought since probably 2010 or 2012, and them pumping hard still. Still had
I'm
them in the
sorry.
bag. They still going. You
I see
hard for you to destroy a polarizer. So.
people exaggerating like this filter and that filter. I'm sorry guys. Filter is filter.
Yeah,
Now,
It's
guy,
gonna hurt feelings,
I'm
and
being
it's gonna have
realistic.
people who talk about color accuracy and all of that.
it will
But
add a
tell me
color
this:
cast regardless.
you're talking about color accuracy, right? And then you go
Mm-hmm.
in post and you slide the shadows to teal and the highlights to orange. What are you talking about? What's the fuss? Why are you obsessed about a slight color shift? I mean, if you're doing color critical work, then by all means.
Yeah,
But
that's what
then
I'm
you're going
saying.
to do those kind of nonsense.
Hey, look with
You you
partners.
just you're just trying to cut sense from nonsense. Just put a polarizer on your lens. I use Tiffin. I used Tiffin for many years, and other persons. I never heard anybody say that is a bad filter you're using on your camera.
It's not a bad filter, but if
But
I
if you
had the
use another
money,
one, they wouldn't be able to tell though.
I would
And
be able
yeah,
to tell because
I'm I
that color shift is sometimes be too high,
well
and you
for
can't take that
NDs, I can
out.
understand for the variable NDs, but for CPLs, polarizers, I've used BMW, Tiffin, Hoya.
Oh yeah.
I even have another one there I got from a guy locally. I can't remember. I had to check it back with 200 and something US dollar filter and nothing.
Wait, I'm
We
seeing,
have to
I'm
agree to
seeing,
disagree there.
I'm seeing
Yeah, that's
Jagdish
cool.
Guru sing. You all ever see saw his TikTok? Is it photos by Jagdish? But I can't.
Yeah,
But he has some. He's doing some real cool stuff on his TikTok feed though.
yeah. Jagdish doing sexy stuff here, so
Yeah. Yeah, he doing some sexy stuff with those videos and stuff.
real
But
answer
what
sharpness.
LD
Sorry,
and
go
what
ahead.
ND filters you actually have um
Bruce,
numbers, Conrad?
Sorry, was the question?
What ND filters you actually have? You have the range. What is it called? ND4 straight up to
Oh,
32.
right now in the store we have the Tiffin variables, and we have the cheap Zomai. But here's the issue with variable NDs, right?
Yep.
And a lot of persons they want to jump out and buy the Peter McKinnon and all that stuff.
ban by
Let me
that.
tell you a secret. The real issue with cheap variable NDs is they tend to try and do everything. You're talking about 2 to 10 stops or 2 to 9 stops or some nonsense like that. So on the earlier part, 2 to 5 usually is fine. But then when you start to get into the really heavy side, especially when you know you're an amateur and you have a 1.8 lens, so you want to shoot it in the broad daylight and you're down in 8, 9 stops. You get the color shift. And then you come back and say it's a cheap filter. But if you went and buy the Peter McKinnon version, what would have
Right.
happened is you would have got a 2 to 5 or 2 to 6, if so much. And then another version that does the heavier side. So it's basically the same polarizer, and then they put a fixed ND on the front. And you get 6 to 9 and that kind of thing. But again, the cheap filters usually try and do all at once. And then, of course, they use poor glass and that kind of thing. But then you have guys going and buy Promise filters to soften up the image. So, again, what are you really
So,
trying to do?
so are you trying to say is that people should get the Peter McKinnon one?
If you have the money, by all means, spend your money and buy the really nice stuff.
Right.
I'm just
Like
saying
that.
that cheap filters get unnecessary blame.
Hate? Oh,
Yeah.
blame. Okay.
Or hate, yeah.
I think I would probably want to try like one of those Pro Mist ones because I like like I definitely want to try one because like to get this light right here, misty and my
Blooming in a
opaca.
nice way.
Yeah, I would probably want to try. I have to put a practical light in this light here because I think the bulb blew.
Oh, shit.
And so I'd probably want to try it. I'll probably want to try that. Well,
Yeah.
right now we are. My
Guess which
wife
lights are you
is.
using, though?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you, but I was gonna
Guess.
wait.
Guess,
All
you
right.
get 3 chances. You too, Bruce, if you want.
Well,
The
we know
one
you're
light using in
using.
the background or the one that key in
All
it?
the lights. All the lights.
Oh god,
So
you
he,
extra so.
so
Yeah,
he has a
anything.
key
Well, we know
and
it
he
have
has
the
the
tube
back
light.
and well, right. Forget the tube, but the key is the Nova.
You what?
The key is the Nova.
Okay.
Bruce, was your guess for the back?
The back is probably one like yours, I would surmise.
Because that's some harsh
And
light coming there too. Eh?
and the key real soft though.
I know
Y- y-
Kyra cracking up there. Uh-huh.
I don't know.
You think the key's
Yeah,
soft?
I
Look at that
figured.
shadow. Look at
I
that
think I'm
shadow.
going with Kyle on this one.
What
What
Kyle
is that?
I
say?
figured that was it. I figured that's it. He
What is
says
that?
probably the light from the
The
laptop.
keysy laptop.
Yeah, so the key is the laptop in a sense. If that's what you're looking
Bullshit.
at, let's see if we close it a little bit. It would see the shadow side. Oh, it's not a key. It's like a fill.
Oh,
And
well, say
then
that.
yeah, see the fill. But let me show you the other lights, right?
Turn that camera.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Switch your face record.
That's the
Yeah,
key light.
Keep bouncing it.
No, this is literally the light in the room, the ceiling.
What?
The ambient
Are you
room.
serious?
The ambient-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I was like, what's the point tonight? But I'm a little tired.
Guy, that's the same thing here. I just
Yeah.
ambient
Yeah,
To be
I was
honest,
like,
yeah, I just bounced
laptop
in
for the win.
I just bounced in this newer light right here off this
all right, yeah. So this
off
is the light there.
my 5 foot reflector on the wall here, and that's
Look the
it.
rim light. Well, you can't really see it because I'm putting some NDs.
Yeah, the same thing in this thing.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's the rim light.
And this is your key.
How that is a rim light?
This is my key.
I understand
And
that's
this
the
is my rim
key. Granted.
How
my
is
rim
this
lamp.
your rim light? Your
That's
rim light
where the
was
aperture,
very-
whatever.
Yeah, your
This
rim
is
light is
not
very
there's a
sharp.
huge bulb. And I'm
That's
gonna put
good.
it on
Not
the
just stripping on that side of on your
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
side
you
or
see
left
how
side.
that was.
Just normal,
You see
normal.
how you see how that was
Well,
lighting his
pleasant good day to
his
you,
kick
eh?
light.
Just say you don't want to tell nobody nothing.
No, I'm
But I
serious.
see it,
I'm
I see
serious. I wouldn't lie about that.
Wow.
Mm.
So you have people buying freaking newer lights and Godox and stuff like that, and we could have just buy 2 bulb
Basically,
understand?
and set up in between 2 bulbs.
yeah, the strip on the yeah, the sell in the dream. Anyway,
Commercialism.
let me do the. Oh god.
So Bruce, you ain't asking man about he M1.
Yeah, I was hearing the talk in the background about the M1 and all of that good stuff.
The man loving his M1 right now, yes.
I want he run any edit any C70 or any
He
footage
did.
on it.
He said he said he did he ran some footage from it and it was compressed. I don't know what file, how the files this go with that kind of thing going on there. What Kyle's saying here?
Yeah, because
Man asking for bulb already, you know.
I
Man asking for bulb on the website. That bulb on the website. But the thing is, his key light, his not key light, his backlight is so sharp. Like if you running a
that's what I was saying.
like if you're running a strip bank on it. Was that wait, we had the background just now for a second.
Yeah, don't study that.
Oh right. Oh.
Oh, damn
Bulb
it.
must be listed.
People are asking for the bulb. If the bulb is on the website.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have it on the website, don't worry. Nice, real cheap. Real cheap.
I had to change all my bulbs around this house.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but because like even with me, I had a video thing that I take my fast self and say, you know what, let me do some color correction.
Right.
Throw on Premiere Pro. From that fight, from an open Premiere, that fan went from 0 to 500
Serious.
and has been screaming ever since.
Shit.
Yeah, so I realized this knock needs to be replaced.
It's affordable though. You could get the lowest end one. I know you're not a guy who would cut on stuff. You would spend your money one time, but yeah, it works nice, man.
I think you should spend your money in like the storage. Like the money should definitely go into maxing out the storage
Okay.
for a laptop. Definitely.
Well,
Okay. I was gonna ask how much you think is worthwhile. Or is
but that's what I'm
sufficient?
saying. Randy's saying 512, 16 gigs.
Randy does not Windows, homie.
Yeah,
No, well,
sir.
my laptop is 2 terabytes.
Oh.
So I would definitely like right. So if it's a SSD for the just like if it's a mix between the SSD and just regular hard drive, I would say for try to max out the SSD mid like a raw Randy say like a 512 for your operating system and your programs
Program.
so that it could actually run as fast as possible because the SSDs is really fast. But then again, nowadays it's not SSDs, it's the M1. What is call it, Randy? What is call it? The M.2 something something
NVMe.
Oh yeah,
something
the
like that.
NVMe
Yeah,
drives, yeah. Those are sick.
I would definitely if it's for editing, if your laptop is for editing and you need the fast drive speed, Kyle could actually because I know Kyle is a tech guy too.
Kai, where are you?
The M.2 MVMV thingy. Yeah, I would say max that out as well and regular 1 to 2 terabytes for storage space. If I buy a
So,
MacBook, spending like premium for the minimum since going West Mall to buy a phone.
fuck. It's not
I'm
just
sorry guys.
unnecessary.
I went with an affordable M1. I went with the 16 gig
Right.
and it's gonna have externals handling all of
That is what I
the
say.
media.
So
Because
what internal storage it has?
Oh yeah, was
256 and it's
256.
not bugged. It literally I installed all my software I need on it.
yeah.
So that'll be DaVinci full and Photoshop, Lightroom Classic, and some
Boo.
ancillaries. And yeah, it barely does probably like what 40 gigs if so much. So it's still to me is like
Well,
I mean
it's
if
it's fairly new,
yeah.
so you ain't gonna fill that up right up.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you're gonna be putting storage, putting stuff on there, I would just media. I would just put on an external, and I have additional
True.
computers and stuff. That's me. Everybody
Yeah,
using pieces
because I
different.
mean, yeah, as Brandon said, don't forget the NAS. The NAS is
Exactly.
fundamental.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
like for me, if I do a M1, I don't even know if I'll probably go for the 16, but who knows? Yeah, the
so
16,
I agree, Phil.
256, the 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte Samsung T5, or the NVMe for the
Yeah, you could put
for the
NVMe in an
dailies.
enclosure.
Yeah,
so here it is.
that's
I
exactly.
think I think I told you all this, but you'll probably forget. Well, you my whole backup system I don't use. Like you remember I told you
Yeah.
I
The
have a
NAS. Which what it was again? It
I
was a
have a
ridiculous.
Adobe
Drobo.
uh the dread
Yeah.
right the Drobo. I have and I have 15 terabytes
That's real storage.
inside there, right?
I will
Yeah.
thing.
You know I don't use it.
Hey Zara, good night.
What do you mean you
Uh,
don't use it?
I don't
Like
use that.
not at all?
It's packed up on the ground here, and
So yeah,
I
so
will.
where you
It
have
have
your
stuff
photos, your wedding stuff backed up.
that
on
is
the
on my.
computer.
No, it's not even there. It's on the cloud because I have a
Boom.
fold. I have a drive. I have a Google Drive, and my Google Drive is connected to. It is look like a regular drive, so I work from my Google Drive. So some of my Google Drive is some of the data is stored on the laptop, but everything I do it's to the cloud. So everything is backed up to the cloud automatically.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it.
Call that George. They're
And
getting
when
it
I
every time.
yeah, everything it backs up for
It
itself.
can't
And the thing
crash.
is that's why I feel as though I don't pull
It's not
for the
required.
Drobo at all. I don't pull for it because if I need it, I will just pull it down from the
And
cloud
there's
and
no lag in your processing at all.
there's no lag because the way how the Google Drive is set up,
It
the
keeps a
only
backup
lag
on hand.
right. So the only lag is when it's pulling it down, and when it pulls it down when you're ready to use it, it's already stored. Like it will pull it down, and it's really fast because I have fast internet here.
Yeah,
So
digital the difference.
right, so I
Yeah,
have fast.
I co-sign
I
on my
pulled it
flow
down
here.
really
You
fast.
ever get
Like
the
I would.
digital connection?
Boy them let's not go there.
Anyway,
Let's
Sorry,
not go
Sian.
there.
Go on, go on.
no. So like how I have all my photos and stuff like that. I'll pull it up, and it will just load up quick, and then all of a sudden that's it. It will just load up, do my editing, and and then whatever updates, it will just update itself on the cloud, and that's it.
Daniel asking a question there.
Cloud
Cloud
storage is
storage.
a yeah. I would say cloud storage is a better investment than having physical. I mean, you could still have your physical, but your physical should be the third or
Good.
fourth.
Yeah, you seeing the shadings?
Rani
What?
gone for the nuts, boy. Rani,
Yeah.
What he
hey,
said?
we had to send a nuke to Vinci. You see what Rani say there?
No
Oh,
guy, I have people there, I have people there who send that tactical nuke.
A nuke to the what is called it? The place he thinking quarantining with the pool everything
Right on
up
the
in smoke.
mattress. Right on the
Yeah.
mattress.
right now, Ranny could go on. We could send a link for Ranny and let Ranny come on and
Let me
show us where
see.
he's staying. And
We had to show it because persons will watch it back and they'll be like, "What are they talking about?"
then again, you don't edit. Yeah, that is also true. But I do edit sometimes. But like, if it's like weddings, I don't edit weddings. But like the deco shots that I have up,
Mhm.
I edit that myself. Mm.
There you
I'm not
go.
gonna send that to an editor and take 3 weeks for that to come back from them.
See, I need a
That makes
line
no
on
sense.
demand. Repent.
But yeah, I don't edit myself.
Any more questions from the crew though or the crowd? I wanted to bring up something. I don't know if you all wanted to touch anything else, but
I don't think.
a lady climbed into the DMs, Affordable Imports DMs, and she had a question. I brought it up in the group, guys, earlier
Because
this
she get
week.
married, right?
Of
She's like,
course,
I
yeah,
always sliding into
yeah.
DMs thing.
Happily
Okay.
to.
Nah, nah,
Happily
nah.
to.
Happily married. Nobody could cook like her. Um, but one Bruce, I mean, no other woman could cook like her. Bruce have he have a competition. Yeah, you could
Oh
do your
wow.
thing, Bruce. We work past with the roast chicken. Right. So on a serious note, the lady was asking, with the recent, basically, government has put out a mandate that persons have to have their properties appraised because of the property tax, and that requires persons to have photos. That's a potential for photographers to a
Yeah,
potential
guy.
opportunity for photographers to reach
Income
out.
stream there.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So she's asking, how do you charge a client, or what's the potential cost and you put forward to a client there? She's asking about the fact that she has to go to the person. She's asking about the rates or general guidelines on how to price. She's also thinking about the intended use of the product, which would be again for the government. They require photos, and she's also thinking about ancillary, the additional printing as well. because I think they also require print. And then of course, persons with nice properties would probably have to like to have a little photo, probably in their next home or whatever. Yeah. So again, she was asking. She put this forward to the gas crew. How would you price something like that? And probably persons in the group in
In
the
group.
chat could throw out their suggestions as well. I see
Tevin here,
Judge
and she
says
say
project
he's a
costing.
Tevin is a
Architectural
yeah.
slash yeah, he does.
He's
He
not on the
does.
inside tonight. I'd like to hear his views
Unfortunately, I
on
feel like
that.
I'm calling. Let's see if we could
Because
call
they're
him.
taking photos of what? Just like the aerial part
Of
of
the
it.
property.
So like a top down aerial stuff or
I don't think it will be top down only. That's
Mhm.
good questions to
Right.
follow through with. Especially if the government requires certain things, so probably a
Like
picture
if
of
they
each
could what
room
because what is it they're
or something
looking
like
for?
that.
They're looking for like the size
That's a
or
next thing.
boundary.
I believe it's the actual property and the like the I don't want to say status, but the nature of the property. So, if
Okay.
it's for example
Residential,
commercial,
commercial.
residential, how many
So they need shots
bedrooms, that kind
inside
of
of the
thing.
people and them
Oh yeah,
houses.
Well, you see, this is stuff that we need to talk about, right?
right.
Again, persons looking at a potential revenue earning thing here, and this is the thing. Sometimes we miss opportunities because we simply were not looking in a direction, or we don't receive a direct. We just looking at, okay, the customer come to me and they ask for this, I go in and get them wherever it is in my package. And I think we were having a conversation about this in the group earlier, but I don't
Hmm.
want to go too much into that.
Yeah, I see.
Ryan
Outside.
says
It says
shots only
shots
of
only.
outside.
Okay,
But
okay.
what I just wanted to touch on is that we oftentimes need to be on our P's and Q's looking for opportunities to satisfy a customer's needs. And oftentimes customers may not even know they have a need. So you need to be on the lookout for potential. You can't just sit back and wait for persons to come to you and offer you money to give them something. Just some additional there, side note. I won't
So
call
it's like
Tevin.
trying or constantly keeping your attention or your ears to the ground to the movements or the trends as because right now
Yeah.
you said it's people need photos of their property and if you like I didn't even think about it well
I didn't
obviously
either.
I didn't even think
Yeah,
about it that
not until you mentioned it.
you could have even put out create a nice little Instagram post or a Facebook post and create a nice little graphic for it and say you offering that at this price and you could have just let that run for like a whole month of and let that run on Facebook and Instagram and
That's the
just
marketing
watch.
side.
Yeah, but in terms of price, it definitely depends. Like how Rani said, they just want shots of the outside. So I definitely see a drone being a major part of the photos because if they just want to see how big your
Facts,
space
Brenda.
is. So but other than that, what a 12 millimeter lens would work.
I mean,
12? That's a
that
bit
would have a
excessive.
small room, but oftentimes 12 would just make a property look
Yeah,
really
look.
small.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
Yeah,
would the
yeah.
drone make property small as well too?
It depends on the shot, but most times no. In my experience, I don't want to like take over this whole thing here because I want to hear
Hmm.
from other persons. But in my experience, when I did real estate for an agency, the main issue we tend to have in Trinidad with drones photography, especially of real estate, is power lines. I hate that shit. It's
Oh, okay.
horrible. And it really detracts from properties. You could have the nicest properties and then TN Tech put up a whole web in front
Boom.
of your place.
As
Yeah.
you did.
Brendan says tilt shift 24. That's a nice lens once you have the space because a
But
And the
lot of
don't you
time.
times,
need? But don't
yeah,
you need
anytime.
like, and don't you need like a top down? Like you need to be high up to try to get the, or I guess the
Like an
root
overview.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying.
The
Because the reason
problem we
why I'm
have with
saying
that is
that,
400 feet too. So if it's a large property, you may have
right?
to stitch in
Because
post.
I'm looking at my property where I'm living right now, and I have to
Right.
go on the opposite side of the road to try to take a shot of the
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
So
And remember the
that's
power
not
lines in front of your space, right?
correct. And that's the
Yeah.
thing that they only see in just the front of it. So they're not going to see
Boom.
how
Tevin
big.
joins.
how big or
Yeah.
anything like that. Real estate photographer in the house. Hey, Tevin. So shouldn't the well then again was you what requirements the property tax people want in terms of the pictures of they want a top down, they want like just in front of it, they want boundaries. That's it would be nice to know what it is they want. Now don't jump in the industry
Yeah,
without exploring how
Phil
to
talking
showcase
facts.
value. Yeah, that's also true, and that's for any industry to be
And that's
honest.
sadly the norm in Trinidad. Persons jump in without really
Next thing we
assessing
have a
the
wave
real
of
cost.
1,500. Oh god, the fifteen
Yeah,
hundred dollar
Yeah.
member.
yeah.
God.
So
We could
Bedos, give
almost
a
expect
quick
it.
review for Tevin and see if you
Oh
can
yeah,
get his
quick
impetus.
quick question, Tev. And one message here. Generally, you know what we talking about? Property tax. They require now for persons to have photos of their property. Um, do you know what are the requirements? One. But the person who asked, what they were really inquiring about was the pricing or how to go about pricing real estate photos, because technically they are real estate photos for that use. And I mean, if there are any additional or potential revenue earning, for example, the prints and anything else. But what's your take on it there, Tev? I wish we could bring Tev in live, but we'll just take the message for now and probably read it if possible.
Yeah, so while we wait on him to
Yeah, to
Yeah, okay, you know it
probably.
have a delay.
respond,
Yeah.
we
Jack
just
just
states.
say,
Oh shit, you know I haven't gone and shared this live. God, Jesus
yeah.
Christ, I'm
You
such a
know what we
bad.
should also do? Who's calling me there,
Forget
man?
to share this live.
I
We
want to know
need
what background
persons.
music that's in.
Yeah, that's my mother calling. She probably see me on live and be like, "What you doing up?" Um, you know,
Mommy's mommy,
mothers.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mommies always mommies. What was going? Oh, Jack just say he not even. Well, he not even bringing his camera for $1,500. Okay, Tev wants to come on live. What you guys? We gonna
Yeah,
send
bring
him the
Yeah,
Tevin.
yeah,
link?
bring him in, bring him
Alright.
in.
So Tev, I'm gonna send you the link from my personal cell. Please don't give out that number. You don't want nobody
Yeah.
calling that number. Yeah, special tonight. You can delete it after, no.
Being disrespectful.
No, I mean disrespectful. We just being real. Even my mother, we don't answer after it. Right. So Tev, you got the link there. You could probably come on. If you're coming on, please ensure that you are not wearing any wife beaters. Your chest is fully covered.
Oh, wow.
We don't want any pornographic material in the background or anything like that. Ensure that you are well lit. Nothing less than 100 watts of power.
Or two bulbs.
Or two bulbs. We have two bulbs, we can send out the two. Oh gosh. I like the free flow just for tonight though. It's
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Remind me of the Instagram days,
Instagram.
Tobago days, making me feel to move back to Tobago for a little bit, man.
You're just missing Rani.
Yeah.
You see Rani policing as well in the comments. Make sure the lighting on point. Let's see if Tevin got it. You got the link.
Let's see if we see any other questions.
Brendan, see you on IG days. Yes.
Hey, Brendan, as you open him out there, what about we camera? Is it here? Is it safe?
Yeah, I'm now we camera.
Yeah, with we camera. I need to ascertain.
Rani, see you and a wife beater.
And that's
My
why
God.
you're not on. So yeah, still is.
Brendan
You
answer
always
there. Which camera are we
interesting.
talking about again?
Is
The
100s.
100S, it's in customs.
Oh my god.
Gosh, boy. Wow, boy.
This
How much months that's in customs now? It's 3.
Rani again.
This is a Soviet Union week.
Come on, Tev. If any wife beaters at this time, we were taking. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
I
check
mean,
1, 2.
Yeah, because the 50S nicer, but I think the 100S might be nicer.
don't worry. Tevin go do us that, man. Tev, it's supposed to be fairly simple. I'm getting an error What? Hmm, okay. All right. We'll read the comments if you could, or if you want, you could probably send a voice note and I'll play it back. You think that'll be okay, or we want the
Nah, you could
quality?
play it.
All right.
Or browser. What browser are you using? Seven, Chrome or Firefox is Utopian.
All right. So you send a voice note. So we'll just keep it brief.
Oh shucks, Sean say he wearing a wife beater as well. Wow, everybody wife beating tonight. I'm saying,
Wife beater's
everybody's wearing whole
comfortable
clothes
with.
again.
Tevin using Edge. Oh gosh, Tevin.
That's what
Come on.
partners,
Edge.
Oh
Come on,
God.
man. Come
partners.
on. And you wonder why you're
You
getting
know what?
errors? It probably don't even have the plugin.
Yeah, install Chrome. Just on it. Wait.
Come on, man.
We have any other questions that we want to address before?
That's
Any other
terrible.
topics? Edge boy. Nah, is in fact I mean that's
Oh, I just got an email there. Capture One Pro 21 for 179 right now. US 179. So if you're looking out for a deal, jump on it.
as if you're paying for the year. Bad man do the rules, so.
That's if man paying at all. You know, the pirates in the Caribbean.
In the cruise.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Um, any other questions though? I don't know if anybody had any other questions you want to bring up before we jump on the property tax things from Tevin. Oh boy, this is a long voice, no, Tev.
The man, he creates an audible.
Uh, but you know, it's a question we always get from persons, even though we're talking about random business or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What's a good beginner's camera?
True.
And we touched on it before. Probably could just put on it, put a little word on it here.
What's a good beginner's camera? I started with a APS-C camera.
I think
A,
I dare say we all did.
yeah, a D90, Nikon D90, I think it was.
When we saying an iPhone is a good beginner's camera.
I mean, if you have money to spend behind an iPhone, it's best you really go get yourself a APS-C.
Facts. For landscape.
What camera lens you use for landscape?
What camera and lens you use for landscape? A Fuji,
Why Fuji?
because Fuji
Tomorrow is
is
right. Depends on your budget.
yeah.
Um when I started was a T2i and the Canon 17 to 55 2.8 IS. And yeah, I still have images that I would rather keep from that camera and throw away from every other camera I had ever since. And that is 5D2, 5D4, and now the R. So I guess it's what you have at the point.
Okay, but
Would
if
you stick
somebody,
with the R or would you
go
move
ahead.
on? Like,
I
would you
would
get the
hold the R just for sentimentalities. If it's mirrorless,
yeah?
Serious,
um,
interested.
personally, I do really see the need to upgrade further than that.
Hmm.
Um, in the Canon ecosystem, that is.
Right.
And yeah, because my setup is to have either the 50S, 100S, the 110 for that kind of stuff, and then the R and the 2080 70 to do everything else, which unfortunately gives some trigger issues because it's either shooting manual or because I'm buying no Profoto trigger, TTL trigger for them too. That's 800 US right there. I'll
Availability for
politely
Man,
lens.
say
decline.
a man tell it to fling your R in the bush.
Make sure it's tall, but Philo,
Granny Randy want you to sell the
Next time I
R2.
come to Tobago, I'm looking for you.
We have family there, you could just send them for him.
No, I come in personally.
Man, him putting out a hit now. He coming
No,
out.
no,
He
no,
coming
no,
out.
yeah.
Pablo Escobar himself coming down with a
Exactly.
with a machete.
Come with my R2 and I'm taking photos.
Oh gosh. Tevin sent his voice note, so I don't know if
Yeah,
you're
Alright,
run the
ready.
run the track now.
All right, so it's 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
Oh
So
Jesus.
technically, Tevin has dropped an audible.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe.
Yeah, so as far as pricing for real estate, well, to backtrack a bit with regards to the requirements that they want for the property tax, I'm not sure because I haven't been involved in it as much to give like a informed feedback on that. I'd have to do some research on it to see. As far as pricing goes, you find it's a market where a lot of persons are not educated in it. So a lot of realtors you would find not wanting to spend the money on real estate photography. But you would find if you come across a property for sale by owner, the owner would usually be quicker willing to put out for photographing their own property. But very rarely you will come across property for sale by owner. It's usually property for sale by a realtor, multiple realtors selling one property, and nobody wants to put out the money for photography. It has a few different pricing models for real estate photography, though. I use pricing by the square foot. That is usually more something that people more readily go to because it makes it seem cheaper for them. But I usually charge for a residential property. I would charge like anything between $1.50 to $2 per square foot. That is property for sale. Property for rent, long-term rentals or short-term would usually be $2.50 to $3.50 per square foot. And commercial property would be anything between $2.50 to $4 per square foot. That is the rentable or the sellable space. So it would exclude the yard space and only the actual built spaces.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, so he said it would exclude the yard space and the.
So essentially just a dwelling.
I guess it's just the build. Yeah, the building. I'm guessing if Tev wants to touch on that, he could probably bring it up. But
Well,
that
well,
sounds like a reasonable.
if your square foot is 8,000 square foot and at $2, that's 16,000. Do do realtors pay that? Because I find sometimes realtors is big, and I could be wrong. I find that the on the cheap side where that's too much. Why would I feel as though they might tell you why must I spend that
Tevin is
amount?
on, man. Go
Seven?
ahead. Sorry. Yeah, he came in. He came in. So
Okay.
you could probably get him to touch on it a little bit more.
Okay,
Tevin,
Okay, my lighting is not as good as you guys, but yeah, best I could do for sure
do
notice.
you have a headphones by chance, Tevin? That will help a lot.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, that's what Tevin is. TR
Oh, that's what
Mills.
happened is TR Mills.
Okay.
Rodney,
You
you
see
and
how
your
Randy
wife
stink?
beaters. You ain't coming in no way.
All right, so we just meet Tevin there until he gets his stuff
Yeah.
sorted out, and then he'll come in and drop some more gems.
Yeah, them realtors most often than not is either the pumping with the how
The
much
cell phone.
megapixel cell phone, yeah, and figuring they doing things.
So how do you convey value to a realtor? Because they're going to be like, well, if I put out $16,000 on you to get this property, to get high quality photos, and was the guarantee that it would sell faster than regular cell phone photos? I mean,
I
That's a very good question. I want to touch on
yeah,
it, but go on. I want to hear you all take on it first.
because I feel that's gonna be uh that's what they're gonna try to not justify, but gonna try to they're gonna match dollar for dollar in terms of the outcome to the input. So you're charging you're charging me $16,000 to do 8,000 square foot. How fast can I sell that? I don't know.
Hey, Tev, good night.
I see the static. I see the static that a realtor will give a person coming to with that price range.
Tev, are you hearing us?
You guys hear me any better?
I'm hearing you,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
what we'll do, Tev, we'll cut the video because we're getting a little bit of a bandwidth issue. That way we'll be able to put priority on your
On the
audio, which I
audio.
think will be the bigger thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
So what's
hearing you, Tev. Go ahead.
we're hearing you. So you could go ahead, Tev.
yeah. So based on the topic is with regards to the property tax, right?
Yeah, property tax. I'm still getting a bit of garbled audio here.
That's not.
What? Why would have suggested it on the headphones? That's not. Yeah, why would have suggested it on the headphones is the speaker. If the speaker feeds back to the mic, we're gonna get a echo, and it's
Yeah.
also gonna mess with the feed because it's sometimes trying to cancel out the audio. All right. So if you have like a speaker in your room or on the laptop or whatever it is, it's gonna mess with your feed. So we just need you, if possible, to only listen through
Listen and
the
speak.
through the
Headset.
headphones. Correct. Yeah. All right. We don't want to spend too long on this as well because we're supposed to kind of go quick
Yeah.
tonight.
But I actually have only headphones, but I'm not sure if you're hearing me any better.
We're hearing you a little
Yeah,
bit
sounds
better. You
better.
go ahead.
Yeah,
You go
man.
ahead, there, Tev.
Yeah. So with regards to the property tax, I'm not sure what the requirements are, but as I was mentioning, for real estate photography, I would usually charge based on the living space. So if it's upstairs and downstairs, whatever the built square footage is, that is what I will charge by. So I wouldn't charge for yard space because exterior shots for real estate doesn't really, most of the times it wouldn't really include the yard space, and the yard space is almost, you would take about 5 minutes to shoot the yard. Whereas shooting the house would take you probably about 2 hours, 3 hours, if so much. Right?
So
Understand.
those prices that you quoted there, would that include interior space as well?
Yeah, that is the interior space. So that would be all rooms, any special fixtures, anything that is a selling point of the property.
All right. So again, for the property tax, we're not okay. We get another echo. I just got unmuted to ask question. Right. So for property tax, we're not 100% sure if it's interior photos as well. Could you give a general percentage if we were to do exterior? So you already said $1.50 to $2, I think it was per square foot. Could you give like a rate for exterior in your opinion, or how much you think would be a generally decent rate? I would imagine it depend on the amount of time you have to dedicate to the job as well. So probably a touch on that a little bit. I'm going on with you there now.
Yeah. So for exterior, to be honest, I'm about to shoot exterior only, unless the person is willing to pay probably for the square footage of the exterior space. To come out to shoot exterior only, you would usually only shoot about 4 to 5 photos for real estate exterior, and that is two points of view of the front, one to two of the back, and anything to the yard space. It depends on what it is they're looking for, and it will come down to that. So it will down to what it is exactly they're looking for. But the sake of selling, I'm not sure how it relates with the property tax if they're looking for specific things to value the property or stuff like that.
All right, so you would have to put
Understand.
emphasis on certain things. All right, Tev, well, thanks again for the info. Really appreciate it. I think the voice note kind of touched on a lot of stuff there if you're just generally wanting to get into real estate photography.
Useful information, man.
Useful, really good information. Thanks again, Tev. A lot of persons take it for granted how much work I think is involved in doing real estate.
Yes.
If you look at Tevin's work, he literally could reconstruct your interior to include furniture and fittings, furnishing and fittings. So it's a lot of work. I think he's one of the few local guys who does that kind of work. As in, he literally, let's say you have a vacant home, he would put in couches and
Also, he stages the
he stages the property digitally, yeah, which is amazing.
digitally.
Yeah. So that's saving
Papa
the
laps.
yeah, he's saving persons costs. If you think about the cost of staging, it involves literally transport, rentals, the guys on the ground literally fitting the place, designers and stuff. He's saving you a lot of that costs. So if you find Tevin's prices are high, you need to consider that as well. He's doing a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
wow. Well, I need to reach out and see what that process is because I like my architecture stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, thanks again, Tevin.
Yeah,
We will
greatly
probably
appreciated, guy.
yeah, man. Yeah, probably have to bring you in on another segment when we will upgrade the internet just for one day, for one night.
We definitely have to.
Yeah. All right. So
Because I'm
we'll be
looking
in
at his
touch.
stuff. I'm looking at his stuff on his IG, and I've
Could you
been
share?
to. You want me to share it?
Yeah, just so we could look it over so people can
All
see
right.
what we're talking
Cool, cool,
about. They
cool,
might
cool.
take it for granted what I'm saying.
I got you.
Yeah.
Share my Chrome tab.
Not Edge.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Edge, boy.
So
Yeah,
look,
stuff,
because
yeah.
I've shot a wedding at I'll tell you. I've shot a wedding here at the Eco Lodge, the Grand Cooper Eco Lodge, and literally you busting a shit right here, and a bird is going to fly right next to you right here. I kid you not. It's really pretty. I'm not gonna
Wow.
lie. I'm a little scared to shit in front of a bird or a monkey
Hmm.
that might fly up in my thing, but it is what it is.
My God.
My guy.
But
Another level. There goes monetization for sure.
uh,
Go on.
Most assuredly.
Right.
Yeah, this episode ain't going away.
Oh wow.
yeah,
Did-
so
Yeah.
This is
have
literally how it is.
yeah, this is these doors open out
Right.
and
Tevin Mills, guys. Tevin Mills. Go on.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
this is
saying. This
I had
is
I had
phenomenal.
the bride stand right here, and we
Into the toilet,
did some
right?
shots and stuff like. This place is really nice.
Yeah,
They
tough.
their pool. Look at their pool. It's
Wow.
we had the.
Where is this?
This is in Grand Coulee.
Trinidad?
This is in Trinidad.
You sure, dude?
I
Nah,
wish he
this
had
looking
a
like you take a
shot.
plane.
I wish he had a shot of the.
Wow.
They have this kind of.
I like this blue thing. I
this
saw
one right
that
here?
recently. Higher up, one more up.
Okay, hold on.
Wow.
This one.
The cover, yeah, I just saw this one recently.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
nice
This looks
color.
lovely though. I'm liking this. Oh my word.
Yeah.
Again, some
And
ideas
this is
here.
phenomenal.
Tevin,
Yeah.
props
You
to
know,
you, man.
I think I want to
Huge
go
props.
on a tag along, yes, because
But this one was
Tevin,
done
do you
by
do,
who is
what-
Like a kitchen.
who is DGB Concepts?
TGB.
Oh, that's the
Done
that's the
four.
designer.
Yeah,
the
I'm
four.
guessing that's
Yeah.
the final customer.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great
So
stuff,
far-
great stuff. I wonder what you used to do them thing.
he has to be using
Should I ask him?
he has to be using a light. He has to be
Now you're talking about like
Photoshop.
lens,
Or lens.
camera.
If you know Tevin works with the simplest of stuff and does magic in Photoshop. He's yeah, he has an awesome eye, and he's magic in Photoshop. I know
so
Tevin true.
he's definitely a graphic designer by to his heart, to
You
be
think?
doing stuff. I feel so.
Okay. We should probably have him on a night.
Yeah, most assuredly.
Rani's asking to go back to the Napa image. I think he
Napa?
wanna steal that shot probably to put in a
You mean this thing right here?
yeah, it's a unique shot. I'm seeing some manipulation on the
Yes,
Right
it
here.
is
some lighting, yeah.
postpad.
Yeah. It's still lovely. It's tastefully done still.
Enough as a sky replacement.
If it's Tevin, I feel he shot that sky and put it in. If it's a replacement, that is. He's that kind of guy. Takes
Yeah,
pride
we'll
in it.
definitely bring him on and we'll deal with architecture photography.
That Napa image old. Well, they're showing him an old work. They'll show you old work. They'll show you his
Oh,
old
right.
work.
I apologize. I apologize. He has what's this? A Trinity link.
Yeah.
Oh, what you got there, holy man thing.
Well, it's available in public domain.
Facts.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
this
mean,
is.
So
he
your
has
lights
more-
up tonight, boy.
He has more. Oh, it was a
Trinidad link.
the 500 PX link.
Okay,
Ah,
okay.
and this
No
is
long
where
name,
having
would
your
it?
own website is so important, huh?
Yeah, you need it. You need a website. You
Facts.
Yeah, you
need
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 it,
that.
a
yeah.
website. Please,
Especially in this
people,
level of work.
go. Oh, should
Facts.
should I show you? Because right now it only stuck to. All right, let me go share the his 500 PX. Okay, that's actually kind of good.
Okay.
Share screen.
Actually enjoying your life tonight.
So you're trying to say, don't enjoy the other lives?
I have a random spirit, let's call it that.
Alright.
Yeah. And I think other
Oh, Brandon,
persons
so now
too.
everybody going and shooting Napa like that.
Oh, lovely.
Let me
So I
open up
think
my
this is
thing
what this is
first.
Tobago. Is this
Nah, that's
Tobago?
probably Toko.
Togo.
Toko? Again, Toko looking like that.
And this is
I,
Paria's Sweets, and is it?
It, no, the pool right there. Cara Sweets.
Cara Sweets. That's it is. There's always as always
Solomon.
as forget which one is.
I
Both
love
of
that
them just look the
cover
same.
image though.
This is Cara Sweets too because I recognize this lobby.
You shot shots there already? You did shots there?
Wedding. I think I did a wedding. I wonder if it look. Yeah, same Cara Sweets. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
a wedding there too.
I love that cover
The
image. Right? You
kitchen.
could just yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one? Which one?
Scroll back up
I
on
like
the cover image.
yeah.
I just
Up, up,
catching
up, up,
my
up.
eye. Up, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his I ain't gonna lie, his lighting is really really good. Like what he's using for lighting. Uh,
It looks natural, right?
it looks clean. It looks very clean and it looks bright and if it's
Airy.
Airy, yeah,
correct and
yeah.
if it's manipulation as well as he bringing his own lights, that's real good shit.
Really good
Yeah.
international level stuff.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Facts
I'm
is
really really
facts.
surprised. Pleasantly
Oh, look,
surprised.
Sean share the link there for the lounge, the lodge. This is lovely. Awesome work, Tev.
Why the sky looking like the same sky from yeah,
Maybe that guy now. It's
you
not
It
know.
is the same Trinidad sky. I don't understand what he's trying to say
You
this here.
understand me?
Hold
It's
on.
in Trinidad.
I am going to look for that Napa thing, and we will see.
Jeez.
We going back. It is the
Brendan
same.
trying to guess it. Bounce and window pull.
It had to
Is that a
be.
Tev? Tevin
It
said I
had to
use
be
8200,
something
a lot of Photoshop and dozens of layers. Awesome, man.
because look at this kitchen. Oh god, do I bring it
I
up here?
remember when
Yeah,
Tevin was doing with the photos, he was experimenting with the photo stacking, and he had an image of, I think it was a river meeting the sea in Toko, with a tree in the middle, and I was like, damn, Tev, damn.
I know how much layers so way. Because I anti Photoshop. Well, not anti, but if I could
As
avoid it, I'll
looking,
avoid
yeah.
it. I mean,
We should probably do a tag along with
I
Tevin
think
a
we
day.
should. I think we should, if he would allow it.
True,
And,
true.
Okay, so check this out. I assume this is basically just a white film over the
it
windows,
could
and
be
that's
blown
why
out that he just pull it back.
I think
I
it's
feel.
blown out.
I don't think it's blown out because I feel that is this is how it's designed. I feel there's a frost on the glass itself.
Agree
Oh,
to
I mean,
disagree.
yeah, well, yeah, it could have a frost, but I
I
think it
think so.
just
It's a
didn't
frost because
capture the
I
dynamic
could
range.
still see inside. Oh well,
The
on the
glow.
outside.
You're
Yeah,
watching the
there's
glow.
a plant right here. There's a railing and everything. There's actually a house on the
Before
other side.
you go all the way though, do you think that image was staged digitally? I'm curious. I don't know myself, but I'm just saying, just in case.
I'm thinking it is. I'm looking at these stools.
But when you
He
say
said it's
stage
neither.
digitally, like what do you mean?
He put in these
Like he
stools and
put in the
everything.
stools.
I mean, oh, as in, oh, the stools here, CG. Oh God, what is that?
More or
Is that what
less.
we
More or
do?
less.
Tevin, if you could just type it quick in the comments. He said it's neither. I'm not sure what he's referring to there.
All right, yeah, we're going in the matrix now. We'll just bring him on and
No,
debunk all.
I feel as though it isn't because look at that light on the stool here, as well as this
No
slight
doubt,
little
Tevin.
shadow on the side here, and there is difference in light on each.
Don't doubt Tevin. I'm telling you, man. Don't doubt Tevin. He's ridiculous with it.
Alright,
He's
Yeah, yeah,
ridiculous.
definitely need to have him on.
Yeah,
Looking forward to that day.
definitely. All right. we stayed on that for a while.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did. We
yeah,
did.
15
Because the
minutes.
man work is really good. And when you get some good work like that,
Oh, you
Yeah,
said the
you
yeah,
tend
same
to
thing.
we had
Mako
to
and Mako and Mako
give
more.
kudos to our
Viewers.
prodigies. Now, well, I mean, in the photo, video landscape, the creatives, find we don't give them enough kudos
True.
Mm-mm.
here.
So true.
So, yeah, we acknowledge you, Tevin.
Yeah, we always
Who
looking at outside.
who
Yeah,
do we want? Who do we want to acknowledge again from the chat? Who brave enough to send us their socials so we could go Mako this stuff?
yeah, yeah. Send me a thing now, Phil.
Oh my
Oh shit!
god.
Was Phil? Was Phil?
Phil is
Island Vision.
yes, Island
Phil is
Vision.
Island Vision. All right,
Yeah,
let me look
Phil
Phil.
is do the red dresses and the lights coming out of nowhere and the
Now, but he have some
no,
landscape
he's do
stuff
some
that
good
he doing.
excellent
Landscape,
stuff. Oh
seascape,
serious?
drone stuff for Tobago. Yeah, yeah, he does agitate me a little bit. That good.
Yo, is
That
this
good.
is
That
this?
good.
Hold on, let me
Can't
share
be
it.
giving them props to a Sony user.
Let me find out. Y'all will tell me
Ronnie
if
say
this
he's
is
sending
Phil.
you one.
Look Phil
But
Phil
relax
put it in the
yourself, man.
comments for you. But
Boom.
Tevin say you'll be glad to come and talk about the work you do sometime.
Most
That'd be great.
assuredly, we'll make it
Is
happen.
this is this him?
Yeah, that's Phil. But I just a quick question. We touch it right after we go over Phil stuff.
Right.
Zara asked recommendation advice for getting your own website. I think we should definitely touch on that after because we
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to field
yeah.
some questions, right?
Forget your own website. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I know how I
proceed with
went.
Phil.
I
Sorry.
know how I did mine. All right, so we're going with Phil. Okay. I don't. Okay, you know what? Let me not say anything. I like this.
Why though? We just open air. I like
That's
the
what I'm
image.
saying. Come
Don't
on,
jack
now.
my
See this
website like
whole
busy things.
come
That's
I
on now
love
with
this image.
us.
I like
Oh
this
my
too.
gosh, I love this. I wish
This-
the Venetian blinds in the back there were not visible.
Where is this again?
I don't know. Phil is fine.
Bruce,
That
where is this place? Ohana? Oh, what is called it?
Yeah.
One of them.
Can't remember. It's one of them popular hotel guest house thing in Tobago.
This is cool. You see that stomach? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, that stomach looking like
Photoshop?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Tevin
this is
treatment.
cool.
Beautiful image. What
This is
do
very
you
cool.
call this shot though? Is it like a kind of
Oh,
high
God, look
key
at-
fashion something?
how he have light in the broad daylight? How?
Yeah, well, you
That's
don't
an
know now.
Aperture 600D now, babe.
That's he put the he put the 1200 here.
Yeah, you
The
put the
1200D.
1200D. Don't get wax. Tobago a thing. Only
This is the
heating.
bulb that you're selling. If this is the bulb that you're selling,
I feel like the bulb. I feel like the
if
bulb.
this is the bulb
That's
that
the
you're
bulb.
selling,
That's the
I want
bulb.
I almost tempted to pull out one of the bulbs and it's literally big like my head. And you know my head is big, so
it. This is
I
cool.
love this image. I love
is
it.
cool.
I love it. I love it.
Bubble. But what the ass is this?
Yeah, well, next.
All right, let me see what you have here. Okay.
Yeah. That for that vision.
Alright.
I think this is what I was talking with the red dresses.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, that's super wide angle.
I like that shot too with the guitar.
Yeah,
I like
this
this
portrait.
That is I love a top down shot. Who is this
Yeah.
individual?
His name is
Xavier
Zarian Zinduwads.
Xavier Edwards. Or Xavier Edwards.
I've seen keys. I find the stylus keys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
really good. He's really good.
Awesome stuff.
He's-
Really cool
he-
guy too.
He is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at somebody with his style and I'm like, shit. This man could. I want him to style my photo shoots because my foot. I don't know.
He
I've
also
seen
works
this-
Think
with
it up,
that
think it
girl
up.
too. What's her name? I was forget
Kwan?
her name. Yeah.
Kwan.
Yeah.
Naomi. Awesome photographer.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
cool too bad though. Love her
She
talent.
never pulled through on any of our lives. We need to fix that.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
she's busy
already
too,
mentioned it. I've
Sure.
mentioned it to her, you know. I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yo.
Good.
So I was like, yo, we
Oh,
could
not
do
too
a
loud,
segment
right?
called behind the lens.
Nah.
And just pull you.
All right, good.
Check this one out.
He was
This had to
doing
Yeah,
be-
this
this
one
had to be
real
a
hard.
piece.
This real hard. This real
What's
hard.
her name again? Was the
Tamika Mitchell?
no the iconic shot of the oh gosh, I'm forgetting her name. My gosh, this is throwback to the 80s. The one who had the square haircut. I always forget her name.
Chris Jones? No.
Yes.
Grace Jones.
Is it?
this was I can 100% inspired by Grace Jones. 100%.
Because I know
Yes,
she
yes,
already
Phil.
wearing a hat, I feel as though he could have dropped something on top here.
Look at that
Because I
skin though.
already
You see
know.
that
Yeah.
But
melanin?
then
Watch
again,
that
Yeah.
cocoa. That that
I
it.
Tobago chocolate. Those are it.
Ooh, watch this
Oh man.
shot.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is cool.
Watch this shot. Oh my
You know
god.
what? I could I
What's
could
this?
I could try to recreate this in my program and
Serious?
I would do that. I would do and
The
I'll record it
highlights.
and I'll try to do I have
Shit.
this little program
Mm.
the 3D remember the little
The
anyway
lighting thing. Yeah.
yeah the lighting thing
Oh, the diagram.
yeah
The okay. You do
all
the
right boobies there we go.
All right.
PG
Show me where the
13.
baby is here. All right.
Keep it kosher.
Yeah.
No, this is
Nice,
Phil,
nice
where you
one.
have the
we're looking at
landscape
the
stuff.
swimsuits.
Nice.
I
I love
like this.
that Grace Jones inspired, especially that shot.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah, that's a nice shot too.
Yeah, I
Nah,
like this.
Phil saying
Well,
things.
Phil, you have any
yeah.
images with guys? Do you shoot guys at all?
He had
Well played.
one.
No,
No,
no, no. This is
he
a
had this
genuine
dude
question.
here,
True,
Well, two.
true. I
Two
actually,
like.
yeah, he
and then
did, he
he
did.
had to scroll real far down to get another guy. You know what? Never mind.
My
Yeah.
landscape stuff is on Facebook personal page, just for
Okay,
recreation.
okay.
Okay, so
Fair.
he's doing what you always talk about, Sieyon, where you have a particular you want
Oh,
an
he's
image out there
separating
on your social. Yeah,
his genres. Okay.
yeah. Rather than have everything on in one spot.
One
Smart guy,
makes sense.
smart
All right.
guy, Phil.
So
Yeah, just
the
need to get
website.
rid of the Sony guy. You lack one thing. Well, two things, because you know he's prefer to eat that. So, two things.
Quick question. Terrence asking, what cameras are you guys using to live stream? You go ahead there, Bruce.
Well, I real excessive. So I'm using my EOS R and a 70 to 200 2.8 Vision 2.
You lie. At
Yeah,
70?
at 70. Yeah,
You know, I
that's
could probably join the live with my phone and show you behind the scenes of what I'm doing. You all want
Yeah,
me to
you
do that?
could.
All right, I'll do that.
I'm not doing that because I have too much of that shit.
I don't want to show my dirty laundry
I can't
in
No,
show
public.
I'm in a corner,
show the
so
goods.
nobody ain't gonna see nothing.
Alright, well, in the meantime, I have the C70 with the 50
Bullet,
Oh,
1.2.
bullet, bullet.
you
Yeah.
I
extra
thought I
excessive.
excessive.
Yeah, at least I don't have a red V-Raptor with a ingenue lens or some ridiculous.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, you never know. You never know.
Not yet.
You
We
never
say
know.
this C70 with what? What lens you have on it?
The 51.2.
50?
Yeah, I want to
At-
hide the
At
background.
1.2?
Ah, hey, that's like the Matrix, yeah.
All right, let me just switch my camera around first.
Okay. Brendan asking red what? Red V-Raptor, Brendan. Check it out. 8K 120 with some
Unnecessary.
ingenue lens or we put some Zeiss.
So
It
this is
has
me
so
right
many
here.
lenses I would love to get. Ah, nice. What we looking at?
Yeti.
You take it away
that-
there, Sion.
This is me right here, the Blue Yeti, Sony R.
Nice, nice.
This thing is bouncing up.
Aha.
I was feeling real lazy. I was being real lazy. I didn't want to have it directed on me.
Alright,
I was
sense.
just being real lazy.
So that's the silver side or the white side?
Eddie White.
Quite silver. That is white?
No, Eddie White.
Yeah,
Eddie
that's
Right.
what I asked on it.
Okay, yeah, now seeing it.
And,
Looks silver really heat.
That's the other one over there. That's
Okay.
it.
Nice, nice.
What lens are you using? The 85, 50, 35?
35.
That's all good.
I only have 35 1.4 at 1.4 and the 85 1.8. So that's and it's right there. It's like literally right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Alright.
do shit too much if I use my 40.
Oh, you can. What you need a you need a broom.
Too much, too much, too much.
Yeah. Back to Zara's original question about the website.
yes.
I know you all love to talk about websites.
So
Well, I can't talk about that because I don't know that. So.
so I what I did is that I connected with a web designer. I think you guys know a good few web designers on your own too, and I had a meeting
Shout
with
out
my
to
web
Rickla.
designer.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. Just waiting for Sieyon to finish.
what's that?
I was gonna shout out my web guy,
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah. Who's your
website
web
guy.
guy? Because your web
Ricklan?
guy, Rickland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rickland Timothy.
Ricklan Timothy. I wanna put his number in the chat.
Yeah, put his number in the chat.
Ricklan
Yeah,
Timothy, excellent guy. He listens before he starts throwing out recommendations, and he
that's
actually does
facts.
research into what would best suit what your what's gonna suit what you actually need. So he listened to what I needed, the mandatory stuff, and then
Yep.
he eventually found a solution. And he always tries to do it at the most cost-effective way. Not saying to go and undercut the guy, but he
No, no,
literally,
we're not encouraging that.
yeah, he tries to save his customers potential money and headache, and he could
Yeah, yeah.
he could put priority on either one as well, rather than just going with whatever he feels like. Let me see, Reclan number is 488-9183. I'm gonna put it in the chat,
So while you
because
do that, I would just say
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
like the other stuff like Squarespace, Wix, and all that stuff. I mean, if you feel as though you want to do certain things yourself in terms of like how you design your own, how you want to, like you want to do it yourself, Squarespace and stuff would be cool. But if you don't have the time and you want something a little more robust in terms of like future proofing, you want to sell stuff online, you want to sell some of your art online, or you want to do um some more e-commerce stuff in the future, I would definitely go with WordPress and getting somebody to do it for you in terms of setting it up and hosting it and putting in all the plugins and making sure that all you have to do is just give him the info, give him all the copyright and stuff like that, and he will do the rest. And all you have to do after that is just add photos. He will just show you the back end of it, just add photos.
Yeah,
But WordPress, definitely, I would definitely go WordPress for more
same.
robust and stronger.
Customizing.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, Squarespace is really good if you want to do stuff on your own. But if you have the time to do stuff on your own, that's cool, and it's real simple to do, like real simple. But
Over
I,
cost though.
Lock down your domain as well. Make sure and lock down your domain,
Yes.
I,
please.
I got my domain from GoDaddy.
I went with pork bun.
Okay.
Based on Ricklan. No, dude, the dude was just dropping gems. I don't want to give away too much.
No,
'Cause
no,
people-
yeah, yeah,
What is
yeah.
the
We'll
name
give
of
it
it? Pork what?
Huh? What?
What is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
All I heard was swine. That's it.
Pork what?
Hey, Q,
Pork
we have a
bun.
Q. We have Q.
Yeah.
Um,
And Sean asked, sorry, quickly, he asked if Ricklan has a website. Honestly, he got recommended to me word of mouth, and that's why I'm just putting it forward there. I didn't even ask for his website, honestly. He was just that good from the start. Alright, but
yeah, I don't think he has a website, but there are a couple
I'm not
websites
sure.
that he would have done.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's briefly mentioned before, but what do you recommend for online file backup?
Yeah.
I looked at. Oh, I used to use Dropbox before, and what I realized with Dropbox is that it, as opposed to Google Drive or Google, yeah, basically Google Drive, I went with Google Drive because I was getting my own Google name and everything from them, because my email account is Sieyon at adatostudios.com, and I bought that from Google Drive, and I bought that with 2 terabytes of online storage. So that's why I went with Google Drive over Dropbox, because Dropbox wasn't giving me my own email address, and I wanted a specific email address, and I I could have gotten that from GoDaddy, but I was getting it from Google, and I took it straight from Google instead.
So you have
But
everything in one
correct, yeah. I
one thing.
don't even utilize the full totality of the Google Suite. I
Yes,
just
Google Suite.
I'm like a real basic bitch, and I just use just the storage online and the email address. But there's like a whole ton of things you could do in the back end when you have Google Suite. But I basic as us, so I don't know. It is what it is.
Do you know the cost offer in case persons are inquiring?
Oh,
Like what?
it's just 10 US a month for 2 terabytes.
There's two small barbecue, and you have your own
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Imagine that.
yeah. My own website. How much is that
And
a
quantifying things
year?
in barbecue, yes.
Yeah, but you see, a lot of persons just think it hard and it's expensive, but they're kind of
I could get the numbers I paid for my GoDaddy account. GoDaddy.
you have to understand this is your signature on the web. They can't just
Correct.
take it for granted that
True.
Facebook, you could always find me on Facebook. You can find me on
No, but
IG.
the thing is, and Facebook could change. Instagram obviously changed to a more
Video
Video.
central.
video centric kind of thing, renewals and billings.
Yeah.
So
I remember there was a time Facebook had a glitch, and my Facebook page went from 2,000 followers to none. I think it just the 2 or 3 followers that I gained for the day.
right.
I
Wow.
was like, I need a website now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Right.
can't go through
So
this.
GoDaddy. I don't know how much you pay for yours, for your domain, but my domain for a year was coming up to like about 84 US dollars.
I think mine was like 20 something. I'll have
Yeah.
to check it back. I don't think it was that high. I'll need to check it back. And it,
I think I paid for more than 1 year, so that's why it's that high.
oh, okay.
You could
Yeah.
you could pay for like about 5 years and stuff like that. Yeah. And
Correct, yeah.
the more years you pay for, the cheaper it becomes per
Per
year.
year. Yeah.
So I think I paid for like about 5 years or something.
And what's good with what you did there is somebody can't hijack your domain because it's already yours
Yeah,
for
I
that time.
mean they could ask like there's I think I want oh you know what's a good tactic that I actually
Don't,
implemented as well?
Sion, you're giving
What do you
away
mean?
all the gems.
No, I mean this is something that's already out
No,
there.
people don't know it. People don't know it, and you're going to give it away for free.
Don't
You know
get
what?
buff.
All right,
Don't go.
fine.
Oh,
All right.
Phil, actually, we're doing the
I
same
use
thing
my
because
Amazon Prime account
I
for
use my
better
Amazon
sleep.
Prime account, the Prime Photos. Yeah, they're actually billing it now separately for it.
Oh,
Begrudgingly, I pay it, but it's like 50. I think it's 50 something US for the year, and it's unlimited photos. And I think video you had to pay at a certain point, but now I think it's unlimited as well. Don't quote me on that. So like my phone, my wife's phone, the iPads, they all back up to that, and that has been going on since probably 2014. I was thinking for professional use because they have where you could buy storage from them commercially. So yeah, that's what I was thinking when I got to that stage. But as it stands, I don't even pay that. So how much photos you have backup, guy?
Wait, how does Phil back up his stuff anyway?
didn't he say the same Amazon?
Yeah, he said he uses
He said
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime. Yeah,
Yeah,
Prime Photos.
8 terabyte.
We'll have that conversation later.
Because backing up your work is
How
so
much? How much
important.
I have?
You know, much people lose stuff because they haven't backed up properly.
Yep.
And it's only when you
Memories too.
lose your work, then you be like, yeah, backup real important. You couldn't shoot that, no?
Yeah.
Son ain't taking that chance. As a
I am not.
professional, you shouldn't.
I can't take that chance. That's like going to a wedding with one camera. I can't do it, bud. Because I had a camera bust up on me at a wedding. The shutter mechanism, that kind of. And a good thing I had my second shooter with me, and I just took his camera and I just continued doing that.
Caveat. What brother camera that was again?
It was a Nikon. It was my Nikon 810, I think it was. Yeah,
810 doing that?
yeah, the 810. It frees up on my the shutter mechanism just kick out.
Gave up the ghost.
All right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Backblaze is actually good.
Actually, I just want to chime in there for a second.
Wait.
My thing about Backblaze is that it helps a different workflow because
Correct.
you actually still have to have the physical drive connected whenever you connect to Backblaze. to ensure that they verify the data is there. So they don't necessarily provide you with a
Online.
like a separate
Cloud
thing.
storage.
It's essentially a redundancy. It's just a
It's like a
one-to-one
read then.
redundancy. Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So they continuously check your drive, and if a file was added, they update their version, and if you deleted a file, they will try to restore it based on your settings, and that's how they work. So I like them for a particular workflow, but they're not the greatest solution for everybody.
So it's just it's like how Mac does have the time vault, where
The
that's
time
how they
machine.
the time machine where it stores up to a specific date, and if you delete something, you got to go back to that date to get it or something like that.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, Morgan.
Morgan Freeman.
The
Yeah.
voice of God.
Anything else? Do you want to touch on anything else? Any other questions you all wanted to feel? Anybody had questions from before? Oh, look at
Let's see
that.
here,
Our
let's see.
135 minutes. Wait,
No.
I hope people shared this live stream.
I was trying to, but it wasn't giving me it was giving me a set of weird options though.
Nah, we want no excuses tonight. This idea is
But
sharing.
I shared it with the YouTube one instead. But
Okay.
like the Facebook one was giving me a set of weird options. Like it wasn't allowing me to share on my page or on my feed or something like that. It was
No
kind
need
of
to
weird.
check that.
What says Google Glacier storage for long-term storage of what is Google Glacier
I
storage? Let me Google.
sure Kyle want to come in and say something right now.
Kyle, what's Google Glacier's Google
Glacier storage. I never heard of that.
Glacier
I sure Kyle wanted to say something.
storage?
All right.
Online
Nothing.
cloud storage, archival storage.
He's all right. Next week we'll share to
Let me
my
see.
20 followers who actually follow. I mean, we just
We appreciate it.
Yeah, anybody, everybody, just share. Because what we really want is to reach a wider audience as well. The end goal is to spread information and ensure that persons in the industry, stakeholders, are aware. It's more than just taking pictures, more than just pressing a shutter button.
Terrence is asking who we recommend for video. Are we still talking about uh, cloud storage? Like, are we still talking about backup?
I would imagine so, because I don't want to recommend any one of my
Kyle, who
customers.
do
I
you
would feel
recommend
too
for
biased.
video for storing online backup for video? Well, who do you recommend, Kyle? Or who do you use?
Sorry. Yeah. Well, I personally use Google,
Okay, he's a Google guy.
and Dropbox, and I am personally looking into a NAS because that is what suits my workflow. So I want to get that organized.
What
Yeah.
size?
Another JY.
I mean, the reality of it is, it depends on what kind of frequency I want to keep going at. Because as it is right now, we already maxing out like 10 terabytes, and that's worked for the last 5 years, give or take. But
It
then,
is.
you're not keeping the same frequency, so that same 10 terabytes might get eaten up in 2 years if it is you ramp up production. So
That's
you
it.
have to you
That
have to
And
kind of plan in
quality.
advance. Correct,
that's
yeah.
all footage, or that's the final cuts?
That's a combination of the raw footage and the finals, and that was all 1080, 30, and 60 frames.
All
So
right.
now that
Even
we're
for
going into
Kizzle, boy.
yeah, now that we're going into that 4K space, you're looking at different things.
Wow.
Okay. I hope that answers Terrence's question.
Phil say he ready for E7 4.
I know what I use 7.4 come anyway. I sorry. I don't want it.
Sony guys. So yeah, guys.
Who
Let's see
has
if
the red
there's
camera in
anything
Trinidad?
else.
I have plenty reds in Trinidad. I see the plug signal coming up. We have a red in transit. We have a red in transit that you'll be able to use anytime you're ready, Terrence. 6K red with some extra batteries and extra storage, and well, we're looking at the monitor right now. We're looking at either 5-inch or 7-inch right now.
Phil also wanna know why you do what the E7 for.
because I kind of contented with what I have, and I think the A7 IV would just erode the value of what I have already. So it's a selfish thing. It's not necessarily that I think it's going to be bad or anything like that. It's a selfish thing where you already invest money, and the latest tech is just going to automatically knock it down 20% from the mere fact that it's announced. That's just me. But looking at the A7 IV potential, I think we spoke about it before. Sieyon spoke about it. I think it was about the same 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as great as people think. You're still gonna find persons sticking to the older guys.
I think it will be an incremental upgrade.
I suspect so.
I feel it might surprise us. I feel it might.
But them
You know,
reptilian overlords had to put in camera again.
What
I,
I was not gonna ask that. What do you want, Cian? Because I don't think you already. I spoke on it. What would you want in an E7 for if you were to get one?
the only thing I want in any camera is stack sensors. That's the only thing I want
Why?
because with a stack sensor, the readout is so fast that
Mm-hmm.
you could get like in terms of video, and Kyle could actually help me with this one too. You could get faster readouts with video, so you get faster speeds in terms of you could get 4K 60 or even 4K 120 with a stack CMOS stack sensor itself. So any camera with stack sensor is what I would probably be looking at. Fast readout speeds in terms of you wouldn't get any what is called that banding? No, what is called
No.
this thing?
It also affects banding, but go on.
Right. So you, I
The
think
jello
the
effect,
right the
Yeah,
jello
trying to
the
effect.
remember the
rolling
Like
term.
shutter.
Rolling
correct,
shutter.
you won't get no rolling shutter with a stack CMOS. You'll get slight, but it would be like reduced because the new Fujis are coming out with their stack sensor, and I am really excited for what they're going to do with their stack sensor because they already put some voodoo into the sensor that they have now. And the fact that they were getting a stack one, that XT5 or maybe the new XH2 for video, you're gonna see what's gonna happen next year with Fuji. Fuji going to come
Yeah,
with
gonna
some
be great.
specs, and I feel that is going to be a bigger thing than the A7 IV. To be honest, I just want to know what they're going to do with a stack sensor. So the anything with a stack sensor will get me more excited than the whatever Sony would come with the A4.
But it's interesting to see where priorities have fell over time. Probably like 5, 6 years ago, we were all about the resolution,
Mm,
and then like four, almost same 5 years ago, we started focusing on dynamic range. And well, in the last 2 to 3 years, I would say this is all about the frame rates
right.
for me. At least that's where my vision has been, where I've been looking at. And lately, it's kind of like connectivity. So the ease of getting that final image ready. That's how I've seen priority being placed from the manufacturer side. So it'll be interesting to see where we are next.
Well, here does really mad requests. If they could make the cameras more, oh god, you all don't laugh at me, eh? Could
No, we're
I would
talking.
love
Yeah.
that the
Promise.
operating system for the camera be a little more phone like, because let's say I have presets on my Capture One, or I have presets in Lightroom, and I upload my preset straight to my camera, and I take photos using my presets on the camera, like how you have the JPEG, how you have the standard profiles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I use my presets to take the photo. So,
Which we could
uh,
already create.
but you can create it, but my preset is from my editor, and if I could upload what I use from my Capture One style to the camera itself,
You could,
and just have just a ton of JPEG
Yeah, Nikon was doing it some years ago.
some years
Fuji as
ago.
well. Yeah. So kind of like I know I'm trying to remember the software. Before what we used to do is you build the profiles on the computer and then you upload the it's kind of almost like a lot, but it's for your JPEGs.
Because have you ever used the mobile Lightroom app yet?
No, I haven't. I really
Or Bruce,
haven't.
have you ever seen it or use it? So
I don't touch those things anymore.
okay, so so if you have
Yeah, look, Rani talking about it.
the camera OS, more phone like OS, like, oh god, for a bad example, the iOS 15, bad example. So, and
Alright.
you give me a program like the Lightroom for your camera where you could adjust the whatever sliders in terms of like luma curves and stuff like that, and you could kind of create your. I mean, you could do it right now, but in a more user friendly or manner to create your own presets or to tweak your own presets and stuff like that would be. I think I would want that too, and internal storage, like 2 terabytes of internal storage. Fed up with that SD card shit.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It does really be a killer when you have to offload your memory card at the end of the day.
So more or less, you're just gonna throw raw files out with the bath water. That's what you're saying?
True raw file. I mean, if because the camera itself it's already a computer, right? Because we take the raw and we run it through the laptop here or the PC, whatever. So the camera itself is already a computer already. There's already a computer inside. So we just want to enhance that raw straight into the camera, presets, whatever, and just output one time. That would save a lot of workflow. I mean, I would like that. And if my camera could upload to the cloud too, that would be nice. Straight from the camera straight to the cloud, that would be nice too. I don't know. Anyway, whatever.
Yes, that's the kind of feedback companies actually will
I
looking for
want,
anyway.
yeah, I would love that. Straight to the cloud, some internal storage, and the ability to upload presets or capture one styles so that I could just output straight to what I want or what I want it to look like, and it's just straight JPEG. So every shot might be fire.
And you know
And
who shoots like that? Those sport photographers, they shoot similar to that, but they are tethered, oftentimes using like Ethernet and stuff and wireless. So when they get a shot at the finish line, that I'm trying to remember the agencies and stuff that set it up. It's like before they start to take the card and go and dump it and then send it out. But now it's like they literally have somebody waiting to send images out to the editors and stuff. So you're quick with the news. No longer have to be waiting. It's like you just go in with news.
mm,
Yeah. Trying to
that's
remember the
why
agency.
those and that's why their cameras are like 12 megabits per second and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
Brendan mentioned routers, etc., etc.
And
Yeah,
FTP, because Kyle was saying FTP
yeah,
client servers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Different level.
Just,
Getty, yeah,
yeah.
Getty images. Yes, they do that. So they have a runner who is essentially not physically running, but they're just pulling images as they fire, almost like a high speed tethered shooting kind of thing. All right. Any other questions? Anything else you wanted to touch on? Because we could go all night.
I got a new camera.
What? What's
Remember
that?
I was telling you? That's the DJI
Okay.
Pocket 2.
Put him up on the prime. Yes. What are we looking at here?
Hmm. I would say something, but Phil will be upset.
So what I bought this for to strap on to right because I have a strap what is called this thing, a clip holder to
Holder.
put it right here, and I'm gonna use that um with your camera strap, Conrad,
Mm.
to try to do like POV shots of when I'm working on jobs and stuff like that.
That'd be
Okay, okay.
nice.
Yeah, I'll look at. I want to see how that look. That'll be something.
I did a walk around my house, not my house, but with the dog. But it was already like 6 o'clock, so it was starting to get dark, and these little smaller sensors can't take that darkness. So I'll have to do it during the day. So we'll see how it goes. POV is point of view.
Rani, I just skewed mine.
Face it.
Maybe the whole game, but thing.
Phil, never way, never way.
But you know, I must say though, locally I've seen guys stepped up though, in terms of social media and BTS
BTS.
and everything. It's really nice to see. It's impressive. We adopting.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing is too, since Instagram kind of gave us reels in Trinidad or the Caribbean, uh, I've noticed that my reels have a lot more viewership. Like I don't understand. Like I
Nice.
don't know if Instagram is just sending my reels in front of a whole bunch of people, but it took off, and it kind of get
Nice.
it kind of made me wonder, it's like if it's really true what some people are saying, is that because Instagram is trying to push more video and more reels and more stuff like that, they tend to take what, like if you do reels, they will tend to do it don't even matter. Oh, you have a reel? Okay, cool. We'll send that to as much people as
Okay, okay.
they could.
Okay. So the mere fact that they're doing a reel, they're putting it in front of
I feel
more
so.
persons.
Yeah, because I feel people want. I feel they want to push reels more because TikTok have the market share in that regard, so they're trying as much as possible.
Okay. So that's a huge tip for guys listening.
Well, iOS users, apparently.
Wait, it's really not for Android? I don't
I
understand.
didn't see it on my Androids.
That's weird.
Which what type of phone are you using, Tev? Are you using an iOS device? It so far from our experiments, it looks like it's strictly for iOS.
But the thing is, I could only see reels on my personal, on the IG thing. But like, if I try to go to somebody else's profile and they have reels, I would not see the reel tab pop up. I still don't know why. So, but I could see my own reels.
And that's on iOS as well, right? That's
Yeah,
on
that's
your.
iOS too. Yeah.
That's weird. They probably still sorting it out, rolling it out. See. iOS.
iOS first.
You know, Rani does kicks you
It is what
sometimes.
it is. Nah, and I tell you, that's why I transitioned begrudgingly to iOS land. Because I realized once in the content creation field, fight it all you may, iOS or
It
Apple
funny
OS,
funny you say that, right?
Mac
I went
OS.
on a job, a scouting job with a guy. Told him about a little while back, probably 2 months back, and everybody was like, "All right, guys, wait, my battery low." Seeing the red tally light. Anyway, it was like, "All right, guys, so you share all the information on some something," and I was like,
On the
"Android," and everybody
You're
was
gonna
like,
airdrop the
"Yeah, it was airdrop or
yeah.
something," and everybody was like, "You." Don't worry, we'll tell you about it later. I was like, these
yeah.
it's like I get snubbed straight out of the group
Yeah,
You
that
did
may
get
even
snubbed.
have
immediately. I mean, I was spitting knowledge. Everybody was like, yeah, okay, nice thing, that thing. As soon as they have an Android, it's like,
yeah.
nah, he man.
Yeah.
It's like he have COVID or something. Step away. Yeah,
No, but that file transfer system is so
yeah,
efficient and so fast.
yeah. I'll give Apple its flowers there. They definitely know how to
Flawless is there.
integrate. Well, yeah, I mean, they're killing it. So they definitely know how to
Facts.
integrate an ecosystem and how to
And
make
optimize
persons,
it.
yeah, optimize and rely on it to the point that nothing else could work, nothing else could fill its shoes. Yeah. All right.
Fine.
If you all
Yeah,
see my
Carl, you
feed,
need to
that's
upgrade.
something.
Join us.
Strange
That's
though.
Kyle King's mass.
And again, we live for 2 hours now.
True.
Yeah,
So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. CCS. Hey, we run anything on YouTube? I didn't see any
Yeah,
comments
it's
from
on
that
YouTube.
side. I didn't see any
Yeah,
questions or
we need
anything
to get
coming in
some more
from
people
there.
Nah,
on
I don't think
YouTube.
anybody was over on that side now.
Okay.
Where are the people who join? Where did they join from? Did they join from They joined from Conrad page. That is where I should have been looking.
What do you mean?
Because I was looking in the group and I couldn't find, and then I was looking in the CCS page itself on Facebook.
Right.
But I was trying to find like where are the people coming from, but I forgot it was on affordable imports.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
I shared I shared it to both affordable
Right.
CCS Facebook page,
On YouTube.
the and then YouTube. So okay, good.
Yeah,
That
and
is what I was trying to do.
we had a group. We need to get some stuff into the group. All right. I don't know why people hate on the M1. Sean, I would love to hear why you don't like the M1 Mac. Trust me, it's nice. It's nice to just not have to worry about if it would edit, if it would screw anything, scrub. Yeah.
To be honest, I wish that they had the the iPad Pros with the full iOS, with the full macOS versus the iPad OS,
Mm.
because a lot of programs they kind of throttle them back. Like
Mm.
I think they say like especially non Apple software, they have a cap of I think it's 5 gigs to work with. So even though you have a 1 terabyte or whatever, you only get in five, no more for you to do what you need to do. So if you have program that will be intensive and need a lot more room, sucks
Mm-hmm.
to be you. And yeah, so having an M1 iPad Pro kind of not making no sense because they more or less put
A cap on the
A Canon cripple hammer on it. Yeah. So yeah.
never buy
But
first gen of very new technology. Sean, trust me, bro. The way from the time it dropped, it was done killing it. Even on single
and the
thread.
price point too.
Yeah, it was already. I don't know. I was skeptical. Like I said, it's my first, and I was like, nah, they came good. Apple did the research and they came. I mean, we heard of persons having crashing and stuff with few plugins and whatnot, but for the most part with Big Sur, things were just flowing from the get go.
Yeah, I was just waiting for them to have full integration of Capture One
Yeah,
before I was even thinking that thought because
yeah.
and into them blended
But
anything.
and Capture One, I think I got an email from Capture One saying that they creating an app
Yeah, they have
for
full support now
yeah.
for M1, full support.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
wish it's
like Randy
something I
would
could
say,
check
I
out.
don't do my editing, my own editing, so that still ain't go already do that for me.
Any
now well
disrespectful.
remember you just still do your streaming stuff, which is intensive as well.
True.
Because we get some serious lags with our computer when we're doing stuff for church. Not fun.
Hmm. Wait, what programs did it have for iPad that allow streaming aside from using StreamYard? Like how the Macs have eCam. Is there something for iPad as well too for iOS?
I don't know. And that deep in it. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll do some research.
All right.
Oh, what Kyle telling me in the private chat? Fast. Okay.
Switcher. See, David said switcher for iOS.
Oh, okay. I saw that. I saw that. Which is
I'll
fine.
look into that. All right. So we're creeping up on the 2 hour mark.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Thank you to those who stuck with us through thick and thin from IG. You all came and joined us on Facebook, and now we are on YouTube as well. CCS, check us out. Caribbean Creative, or is it Creative Caribbean? Caribbean
Caribbean
Creative
Creative Space.
Space. Yes,
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
are the Gas Crew.
We are the G.A.S group. Sieyon designed our logo. So if you find it looking sexy, just know that's a reflection of Sieyon himself.
Canva
Yeah,
King.
everything in
Oh my
Canva.
gosh.
Canva is real
Yeah.
save lives. So if
Yeah.
there's any graphic designers in the group here, they're gonna be like,
I don't see the torches firing up in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't
graphic
see them.
designers hate Canva.
Molotov cocktails. But yeah, we just crossed the 2 hour mark. So
Yeah.
let's not weary the saints.
All right.
Thank you so
So,
much, guys.
Conrad of Affordable Imports.
See you in from my data studios.
Owen from Bruce Lights and Canvas.
Please like and
Rani
share.
somewhere in St. Vincent.
Rani somewhere in St. Vincent. Kyle is in the background. Cassius is somewhere sleeping.
Yeah.
No, Cassius he editing like crazy. He have real work to do. Yeah, right.
Somewhere in the interspace, interwebs.
Yeah, cheering from the sidelines.
With
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night,
a
guys.
pleasant evening.
All right, take care.